is one of the flagship shows of the WWE about to be making a move off of their channel because of recent negotiations that went south? And is this network about to find a new home and a new location for 2024? What's going on, everybody? NYG Jeffy T85 here. And some of the latest news going around is that because of the fact that the WWE is no longer in open negotiations in terms of contract extensions with Fox and NBC Universal, there has been talk of Friday Night Smackdown, the flagship show of WWE on Friday, other than Monday Night Raw, could possibly be getting moved to a different day. Now the question is, where would you move it? You already have Monday Night Raw. That's on Monday, obviously. Would you move it to Wednesday? Compete with AEW Dynamite? Would you possibly move it back to Thursday at his original time slot? Have Friday Night Smackdown potentially compete with Thursday Night Football when you get to the NFL coming back? MoffettNathanson's Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference on May 18th, this was spoken from Nick Khan, where he provided some insight on the situation in terms of the media negotiations for a new contract extension for Fox and NBC Universal. Khan made an assertion that SmackDown can be scheduled for any night of the week. This creates an interesting option for any network seeking content to fill a time slot in their lineup, and it seems that potential broadcast partners aren't held to just Fridays. As we all know, NBCU and Fox no longer have exclusive rights negotiations because of those deals being closed off and those talks being officially gunzo recently. Only time will tell what kind of deal they will end up making at this time around, but it's very likely that they will strike an agreement somewhere around the next month, 2 months, or wherever it is. Obviously, we know about Friday Night Smackdown, which originally debuted on UPN all the way back in 1999, and I remember it just like it was yesterday. The Rock, Triple H, how that show came off, how it just felt like a big deal at that time. Another night of wrestling. It's like watching Monday Night Raw, except on Friday. Also, that originally started on Thursday, though. Then eventually, the show transitioned over to Friday in 2005. That's when the show was in broadcasting exclusively on Friday, though. And it lasted on that for at least 10 years. Until eventually it would transition back into 2015 back to Thursdays, and then eventually switched to Tuesday nights in 2016. Then an agreement with Fox led to the shift back to Fridays on the network television. So it was pretty much like WWE didn't know where the hell to put SmackDown, what to do with SmackDown. We're going to put it on Friday, we're going to put it on Thursday, we're going to put it here, we're going to put it there, we're going to put it everywhere. Couldn't come up with a good spot to pretty much keep the flagship show on Friday for WWE. Is it possible that they can move the show back to Thursday? Yeah, it is absolutely 100% possible that WWE might decide, you know what? Friday might not be the best time. People are usually out, especially when it gets nice out. Maybe it wouldn't be the best time or place to put that show on, and maybe we should think about moving WWE over to Thursday, which, people are still working at that time. People are going to be more inclined to sit down and watch the show. There's really not a lot going on in the summer, so maybe the best option in terms of a television-wise would be to transition and put the show on to Thursday. It's distinctively possible that that could end up being the direction they end up going. You have to think about what would be the best option for WWE in terms of who will bring in what time slot and which channel and which network will bring in the most revenue for the company. Right now, they're just thinking about revenue in a way too. Who is going to be profiting the most and what day is going to help profit the most for the WWE going forward? I mean, Wednesday, would you want to compete head-to-head with Dynamite? I doubt it. Tuesday, you already have NXT. Obviously, you're not going to put it on Monday because you have Raw. Would you move it on the weekend? Would you potentially think about moving it on Saturday and compete with Collision? Can you imagine Collision and SmackDown competing one-on-one with each other, sort of like what you had back in the day when you had Thunder against SmackDown and you had Raw against Nitro? And you find out which is the best. Personally, I think they're either going to come with, whenever the new deal with whoever it is signed, I think they're either going to stay on Friday or they're going to transition over to Thursday. That's what I think is going to be the option ultimately. I just don't see them moving until, like, over the weekend or even thinking about moving it earlier in the week. Because I know the competition would be fun and all, but I think they're going to want their own time slot and they're going to want their own time to be able to take care of this and do this. So in my opinion, I think the show is going to either stay on Friday or it's going to transition over to Thursday. But we're going to find out. We'll find out soon enough what's going to happen. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Give a sub to NYG Jeffy T85, where I'm going to give you more news, notes, matter, and any other story surrounding the WWE. Turn on that bell for notifications on when the next video or short will be dropping on the channel surrounding the WWE. As always, I'd like to always thank everybody for all the support, the love, the feedback, and you give my channel. And if you enjoy the content, don't be afraid to hit the super thanks at the bottom. Shows your appreciation for the content creator, shows your appreciation for the channel. And always, thank you guys for the support that you guys continue to give me every time. And let me know in the comment section, what do you ultimately think is going to happen with SmackDown? Do you think it's going to stay with on a Friday? Do you think it's going to go Thursday? And who eventually is going to buy SmackDown and be able to have the exclusive TV rights for SmackDown moving forward? Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Friday. As always, take it easy and let's see what the WWE has cooking for us tonight on SmackDown, Monday on Raw, Tuesday on NXT, go-home show for on SmackDown, and then Night of Champions next Saturday in Saudi Arabia.